Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith, and welcome to my review of the movie Nerve. This movie comes at you like a shot of adrenaline. It stars Emma Roberts and Dave Franco. Emma Roberts plays V, a high school senior trying to find her way. She's somewhat shy, she's somewhat timid, and one thing leads to another, and she decides she needs to stand up and prove herself. Well, what better way to prove herself with a new game that's catching on? It's a game called Nerve. Think of it as truth or dare without the truth. You're put into different scenarios and different situations where you are being dared by a source that you don't see, but this is basically a source that's communicating to you through your smartphone, and it's telling you to go and do things, to go and do certain things that you may or may not usually do. So it's taking this character who's usually very prim and proper and having her break down those walls and become a little more spontaneous, if you will. And the first part of the movie is very entertaining because you're seeing them do all of these things and you're thinking to yourself, I can't believe they're doing it, but the things that they're doing are still fun. It's nothing totally over the top. But of course, as the movie goes on, the dares become more and more and more intense. Watching this movie made me realize a couple of things. First of all, Emma Roberts and Dave Franco can definitely carry a movie. Dave Franco is perfectly cast in this role. He's pretty much cast in the role as like the bad guy with the sweet side, and that's pretty much what a lot of his movie roles have been. And Emma Roberts is very sweet in this movie as well. And you're cheering for her because you want her to do well. Because you see that to some extent she's been bullied, she's been looked over, and you want her to succeed. So from that aspect of the movie, it was very enjoyable. As the movie went on, it kind of mirrored society in the sense that it kind of showed that people are either, a player or they're a watcher. In the sense of you'll have people on social media who are very active, but then you'll also have people on social media who aren't as active. They just take more of a voyeuristic role. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that one role is better than the other, but this game certainly seemed to shed light on what social networking is in the year 2016. Now, as the movie goes on and the dares become more intense and more death-defying, it was interesting because you see all of these people who are watching, but not a lot of people who are participating saying, don't do that. It's like they're doing all of these crazy dares, for the excitement of the masses. Now, the really interesting thing about this movie is that as we came towards the end, it seemed that the movie started to fall flat. The movie was very enjoyable through the first two acts, but as we got to the third, it kind of turned into an ABC Saturday morning special, and it just wasn't entertaining. And the ending kind of left me feeling a little flat. Now, after the movie and the credits were rolling, there were two names that came up. Henry Joost and Ariel Schumann. And I'm thinking to myself, I've heard those names before. They're not exactly, common names. A quick check on IMDb made me realize that these are the guys who directed some of the Paranormal Activity movies, specifically my favorite in the series, Paranormal Activity 3. At that point, I was even more disappointed because one of the things that these directors have shown they can do with their movies is they can end strong. Unfortunately, they didn't end strong in this movie. This movie's entertaining and you're going to like it, and I wouldn't necessarily say run out and see it, but when you do see it, up until the ending, it's a pretty decent movie. The ending's okay. Just for myself, I didn't find it overly satisfying. I give this movie a B-. If you have the opportunity of checking out Nerve, I would love to hear what you think about it, so feel free to let me know. But overall, decent movie, just had the opportunity of being so much better. Let me know what you think about this. CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WittyWhittier, and WittyWhittier.com. As always, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much for checking this out. My name is Keith, and I'll see you at the movies.